So you can go ahead and play that prelude.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lynchburg. We are glad you are here. Whoever you are, whatever your beliefs, whatever your age, your gender identity, and whomever you love, you are welcome here. As we work together for justice, compassion, and peace, we also acknowledge with humility that our buildings sit on Monacan land. My name is Courtney Senna, and I'm your Director of Lifespan Engagement. If you are with us for the first time on Zoom or in the sanctuary, we are glad you chose to be here this morning to participate in the service for this congregation we love. If you would like to receive our monthly newsletter and Friday email updates, please fill out the virtual visitor card found on our website at uulynchburg.org under Sunday Services, or fill out the yellow card found in the back of the chair in front of you and place it in the offering basket as it passes you by. This morning, we offer a special welcome to Jeffrey, representing Interfaith Outreach Association, our Generosity Sunday recipient. Please join us on Christmas Eve for our traditional candlelight service at 5 p.m. All ages are welcome, and it's a really delightful time to spend with your family, and stay for a social time afterwards before we go about our holidays. Emily could not be with us in person this morning, but we are so grateful for her work to provide links for her beautiful music so we may enjoy it when she isn't with us. As a reminder, our youth group meets this evening from 4 to 7 for a make your own pizza night as we explore the theme of hope. Now, I invite us to release our worries about the world and our own lives as we enter into the service by taking some slow, calming breaths.
What a great morning. The winter solstice hit at 10:03 this morning. Do I seem perkier? It's wonderful to be together in time and space. Zoomies, would you say good morning to the roomies? Roomies, would you say good morning to the Zoomies? It's wonderful to be together today. Let us share in our unison chalice lighting. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, O Spirit of life. As we settle into this shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, may we find a quiet, still place within us. So let us rise in body or spirit to share together hymn 83, Winds Be Still. Okay, we can't hear. Okay, thank y'all.
Just y'all heard the prelude, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could hear it, but it wasn't very loud.
Yeah, it was like we were hearing it through. It was like we were hearing it through the microphones.
We could just turn up our volume.
This is a good meditative practice.
Yeah, we even. uh, I just closed all my browsers.
Hey, David, can you try playing the video,
Yes, it's
perhaps?
wonderful.
Yeah, 1 second. I just closed all those tabs. I'll get in the back.
Okay, let's try David's and see if that works, because it's not working on our end, even though the previous video was just working. So that's very unusual. Not very sure why.
How about let's just be seated and be still. We
What
know.
about that? Does that work?
No.
No, I'm not hearing audio on this one either.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just hear the words in just a sec.
Actually, hold on a second. I might actually have the words to.
So let's breathe in deeply, close our eyes, put our feet on the floor. Winds be still, storm clouds pass, and silence come. Peace grace this time with harmony. Fly, bird of hope, and shine, light of love. And in calm, let all find tranquility. Bird, fly high. Lift our gaze toward distant view. Help us to sense life's mystery. Fly high and far, and lead us each to see how we move through the winds of eternity. Light shine in. Illuminate our inward view. Help us to see with clarity. Shine bright and true. so we may join our songs in new sounds that become full symphony. We're grateful for moments of stillness and silence in this frenetic season. Let's just breathe deep and slow. Blessed be. Amen. Ooh, I'd like to invite those young at heart to come forward. I don't know this book.
It's a good story.
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
happy to share it this morning.
Lucas,
my scratchy
I'm
sounding
waiting
voice.
for you. Lucas, you want to come sit with me?
Emma, your coat looks so cozy and warm.
Yeah.
Have a big sweatshirt that's actually a blanket.
Oh, a big
Whoa.
sweatshirt that's actually a blanket. I bet that's the best. Do you like to curl up in that and read books? Yeah, I would like that too. All right, we're gonna get our story started, and maybe Lucas will be so excited to see the pictures. He'll come join us. He can. All right. So our story today is called A Flicker of Hope. Because we've been talking about hope this month. Have you ever felt like I do? My flame used to be bright and strong, but now it's just a flicker. I have all of these dark clouds hovering over me, but they don't feel like clouds. To me, they feel like mountains. I try hard to push them away, but they keep coming back, and I'm so tired of trying. Let's see what some of these heavy mountains are. Who are my real friends? I have a D in my math class. Did I make the team? Am I good enough? You know, a brighter flame can lighten up those heavy clouds of yours. Then they'd be easier to push away. You can see them too? No, they're your clouds. Only you can see them. But I can tell your flame isn't very bright right now. How do you know? It's not the how I know that matters. It's the what I know. Looks like you could use a little boost of hope. How do you do that? Since you are standing right underneath your clouds, all you can see is dark. They may seem impossible to move. But when you reach out for help, others can share their gifts with you. Amazing things can happen when we use our gifts. Gifts? What gifts? I don't have any gifts. Your unique light is your priceless gift. No one can light up the world around you like you can. Well, I can't light up anything around me right now. I just don't have it in me. Because I can't do anything right. I'm never going to be good enough. Who I want to become seems impossible. And you should hear what people say about me. Are they bad things? Awful things? Are they true? No, but they might as well be. Everyone thinks they are. Oh, and to top it all off, someone who really matters to me isn't there anymore. You want to take a turn at reading?
Certainly.
My voice is a little scratchy
I
today.
can tell. Today is just really hard. And I don't see how tomorrow's going to get any better. In fact, it might be even worse. I'm running out of hope. Then let me give you another little boost. Wow, how beautiful your light is. When your clouds get too dark and too heavy to push away, reach out and ask, can I borrow some light? I'm having a really bad day. Hope builders are everywhere, but only you can see your clouds. So grab some courage and ask for help. And don't worry about being too proud. So look, there are all these people, all these beings who look different. And there's a 9 candle with a big flame. I like this one with the green stripe around it. You like that one too? Cool. It's always okay to admit to yourself, I just can't do it today. Everyone needs somebody sometimes to help them find their way. But what if they say no? Then you ask somebody else. And you keep asking a bunch of different ways until you find somebody who says yes. Just don't ever stop asking. And look at all the ways. What did she do there? She was asking for help and she wrote a note. And what did she do here? She drew a picture. This is a modern book, so she texted somebody. And finally, she says, I need help. And her friend says, sure. You have to find a way to stay lit, no matter what. Why? Because if your flame goes out, you might not be able to relight it, and that would be the saddest thing ever. Why? Because you're needed. You are here for a reason. No one else in the world has a light like yours. When a flame goes out before its time, the hearts that are left behind are broken forever. Flames that go dark too early leave many gifts which never get shared. And that's so unfair. You are beautiful, and you have a purpose and very special gifts, even if you might not know what those are yet. But really, how do you know all this stuff? Look, here's some of those dark clouds. Will I get into college? Will he like me? Do I have what it takes? I don't understand this class. Yeah, those are things that this little candle is worrying about. Because sometimes I have dark clouds hovering over me too. But they don't feel like clouds. To me, they feel like mountains. Only I can see them. I try hard to push them away, but they keep coming back. My flame turns into a flicker, but it's a flicker of hope. Even though it seems like I can't do anything right, and I feel like I'm never going to be good enough. I choose to believe the world is better with my light in it. And I know that I need some help. So I ask, and I keep asking, and I keep reaching out to others until I find someone who can share their flame with me and give me strength and a little boost of hope. Look, they're giving each other strength and light. Then amazing things happen to both of us. So when I saw your flame, I just knew I needed to give you a little boost of hope. See, that's what a hope builder does. When you share your light, one little candle can grow into a whole hope-building community.
That's the end. Almost.
Oh, one more page. How do you know a brighter flame can lighten up those heavy clouds of yours? Then they'd be easier to push away. You can see them too? Nope, they're your clouds. Only you can see them. But I can tell your flame isn't very bright right now. How do you know? It's not the how I know that matters. It's the what I know. Looks like you could use a little boost of hope. Yeah, and sometimes we all need a little boost of hope, right? Yeah.
I thought this book was so good after our
Yeah.
talk about lights last week and how our lights can be shining hope in the world.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that some more upstairs today.
Oh, fun.
Are we ready? All right.
Hey, let's sing them on their way. That was not my back.
No.
Unfortunately, the music audio is still giving me a bit of trouble here, so we have to imagine the words in our head, I guess, instead of having music go along with it.
Yes.
Sorry.
I haven't memorized the words yet, so. Here we are. Hopes, our hopes, our love, in all that you do, keepers of the flame, strong and courage. Keepers of the way, all have courage, be true. Fine. This morning is our Generosity Sunday, and we're so happy to have Jeffrey from Interfaith Outreach to be with us to tell us about some of the important, essential work of IOA. And it was, some of you were here for the downtown church tour, and that was so wonderful to get to participate in that and help support IOA in that way too. Jeffrey, thanks for being here.
Good morning. As Terry said, my name is Jeffrey. I'm the outreach coordinator with Interfaith Outreach. I have my hand.
Oh, swap lights. This one's not, oh, I thought that one was good. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. It's an amazing morning, isn't it?
It's just how you do.
Yeah.
So my name is Jeffrey. I'm the outreach coordinator with Interfaith Outreach. I have my hand in a lot of our programs. So what we do on a day-to-day basis, the people we work with, and the lives that we work to help. We are always so excited to be with you all, one of our founding member congregations. And once again, thank you all so much for being part of our downtown church tour. We always love getting to come down here and packing the space. I coordinate our emergency assistance program where we prevent evictions and utility terminations, as well as our homeless prevention program where we work with people right on the cusp of homelessness to keep that from happening, as well as our Home Again program. And you might be wondering, as longtime friends, what that program is. That is our newest program we just started this year, where we work with households, individuals, families that are actively experiencing homelessness to get them into housing quickly, so they can be successful, get employment, work on those things so they can have a nice, stable home. That all kind of started over the years. Interfaith always tries to adapt and answer the call, whether that was when income-based housing closed where the Virginian is and we worked to get people into new housing, or when the pandemic hit and we were able to get 1.5 million of rental assistance out to people in Central Virginia, or now with this new program, especially with our lack of shelter beds in the community, and with a couple shelters getting open, getting people into housing is more important than ever. And we're only a few short months into this program and we're already seeing the impact. And I'm sure you all remember when people were kind of in limbo with their SNAP benefits a little while back and didn't know where their next meal might come from. A lot of families had to make the difficult decision of, with their very limited income, do I buy food? Do I pay rent? Do I pay my electric bill? And so we definitely saw a surge in requests from that. And so we're working with people to, really get back on track. And my favorite kind of metric to always share, because I think it's really eye-opening, most households we serve only earn $1,000 or less. And, I'm not sure who all is a renter, but even if you aren't a renter, rental prices continue to be pretty high. It's not uncommon for us to see a one-bedroom for $1,000 or more a month, which is very hard to manage. But, I think the question I kind of pose to you is, how do you navigate those challenges? Imagine trying to pay both your increased rent and power bill during winter or during the summer. What if your pipes burst in the middle of winter or your heat breaks? Imagine you need a ramp because suddenly you can't do the stairs as well as you used to. Or, you finally pull all the money together for that security deposit, that first month's rent, but now you don't have any furniture. Or imagine starting over after being incarcerated, trying to find a job, trying to find clothes so you can show up to an interview. What do you do? And so the good news is, because of your vision decades ago, Interfaith Outreach is here to be able to step in a lot of these situations and help get people back on their feet and make it so they can stay safe and in their homes. And you really do make such a difference, and the need is so great, whether you donate your time, furniture, hygiene drives, financial resources, all of that working together really makes such a difference for our community, and our neighbors feel your love. Thank you for all that you do and for helping support us.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I was donating some things when I moved in August, and there were the boxes that the Alliance made for donations, and they liked them so much that they're still using them. So it's amazing how small gifts can make such a difference. This morning, we take an offering of our gifts, not only for the work of this community, but also for the work of Interfaith Outreach. Thank you. I can see that you I can. This we live. Thanks, it worked. On this shortest day of the year, we must learn to balance our need to understand the dark, to delve into the dark, to find within us the knowledge and the understanding that though darkness may be felt deeply, the light is returning in the world and in us. When time is dark on the earth, it's too easy to forget that we are not alone. I loved the book that Courtney chose this week about the flame, the flickering flame that can give others support. Erin Powers offers a meditation for this time of year. It's called Wired for Connection. Here we are. I was gonna get us connected, but there's not a close by outlet. But Erin Powers writes, it's a familiar scene each holiday, no matter how meticulously the strings of the light were put away. They always seem to come out in a tangled mess. Has anybody experienced that this year? Yeah. What happens to them all through the year is they wait in their boxes. We put them up neat and tidy, but then they come out a hot mess. And so the tradition of untangling the lights begins. We unwind them carefully, uncrossing and unlooping wires, stretching them out to their full length, all the while being very mindful not to damage the bulbs, which hold so much potential. I find that people aren't that different. We often feel like a jumbled mess of string lights, tangled up within ourselves, not knowing how to get undone or how to get back to our sparkly selves, especially when the holidays approach. Throughout the year, each struggle adds another tangle to the lights until the year's end. We're wound so tightly that we don't even know where to begin. Sometimes we need a little help to sort ourselves out. It's been said that it's easier to untangle a string of lights if you plug them in. The brightness of the little bulbs help to guide our fingers through the tangles. Connecting with friends, family, therapists, or trusted advisors can shine a little light. Is this good? How about this? Okay. Can shine a little light to help us untangle ourselves and to help us stretch out to our full potential. Humans, just like strings of light, are wired for connection. It's when we're wound most tightly that we need the connection most of all. We're at our best when we are plugged into each other. We find our true purpose and spark with others, not alone. And it's in these connections that we shine most brightly. When we feel challenged this season, let us remember that we are connected to family, friends, and this community. It is our tradition to share those connections together. Spirit of life and love, we hold up today the breadth and depth of life, the movement of the seasons, the changes in our lives. We hold up especially today Joanne and Bob and their family at the loss of Joanne's sister. And we remember other loved ones in the families of our community who will not be with us this holiday season. And though grief is palpable, may we remember to be grateful for the love that winds through our hearts. We are very aware today that there are many who are suffering in our community and in our nation and our world. And we are grateful for the work of Interfaith Outreach and other organizations who make a difference in the lives of those who are most in need. We hold up those who are suffering in mind, body, or spirit, that they may find healing and wholeness. And in this season of lights, when so many traditions light the lights of hope and love and justice and joy, may we discover the work that is ours to do so that our light might shine brightly when the world seems dark. This we ask in the name of all that is sacred. Amen. This is a season when Unitarian Universalists weave together beliefs from different traditions to find our own understanding of the essence of universal truths. In this time when sacred seasons touch, may we find spaces to honor the sacred within all traditions. Today, when the solstice and the celebration of Christmas are so close together, it seems appropriate to hear a song that holds a bit of humor about a family trying to find touch points of common understanding. Some of us may have families like that ourselves as we sit around shared tables. Trish Cerulli has been practicing this song, and she's sick, along with Kim, who was going to help with the service. So we're going to show Dar Williams, who wrote this song, her video of the Christians and the pagans. So listen carefully because the words go really fast. Okay, David, thanks.
Amber called her uncle, said we're up here for the holiday. Jane and I were having solstice, now we need a place to stay. And her grace-loving uncle watched his wife hang Mary on a tree. He watched his son hang candy canes, all made with red dye number 3. He told his niece it's Christmas Eve, I know our life is not just style. She said Christmas is like solstice and we miss you and it's been a while. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground the best that they were able. Just before the meal was served, hands were held and prayers were said, sending hope for peace on earth to all their gods and goddesses. Was great, the tree plugged in, the meal had gone without a hitch, till Timmy turned to Amber and said, is it true that you're a witch? Is Mom jumped up and said the pies are burning, and she hit the kitchen, and it was Jane who spoke. She said, it's true, your cousin's not a Christian, but we love trees, we love the snow, the friends we have, the world we share, and you find magic from your God, and we find magic everywhere. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Now where does magic come from? I think magic's in the learning, 'cause now when Christians sit with pagans, only pumpkin pies are burning. Tried to do the dishes, her aunt said, really no, don't bother. Amber's uncle saw how Amber looked like him and like her father. He thought about his brother, how they hadn't spoken in a year. He thought he'd call him up and say, it's Christmas and your daughter's here. He thought of fathers, sons, and brothers, saw his own son tug his sleeve, saying, can I be a pagan? Dad said, we'll discuss it when they leave. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Lighting trees in darkness, learning new ways from the old, and making sense of history and drawing warmth out of the cold.
I hope y'all could understand the lyrics. But I think this speaks to some of the differences that we have in our families, and particularly in these days of political and religious differences. It's difficult at times to sit and find common ground, but it's also very important. So here we are, about 45 minutes into the shortest day of the year and the winter solstice. The season has shifted. In nature, plants and animals have pulled into themselves, resting, hibernating, preparing for spring. We humans also need that time of rest and reflection, but it's so difficult to quiet our lives and ourselves. Maybe that's why the sound wasn't working on the music earlier. We just needed a little bit of quiet. Perhaps it's time for us to be in closer harmony with nature and what nature is asking of us. Britta McNeil speaks of this. She writes, this winter solstice time is no longer celebrated as it once was, with the understanding that this period of descent into our own darkness was so necessary in order to find light. This modern culture teaches avoidance at a max at this time of year. Lights, alcohol, shopping, overworking, overspending, bad food, and consumerism. However, in actual fact, winter is so kind. Yes, she points us in her quiet, soft way toward our inner self, toward the darkness and potential death of what we were. But this journey, if held with care, is essential. She's like a strong teacher that asks you to awaken your inner loving elder or therapist, holding yourself with awareness of forgiveness and allowing yourself to grieve, to cry, rage, laugh, and face what we need to face in order to be freed from the jagged bonds we wrap around ourselves. This season is incredibly complex because there's so many life events and memories, both joyous and challenging, that can threaten to overwhelm us. Bridget McNeil is right that we need mental and emotional discipline to shift our focus during this season to healthy emotions, be they grief or joy. Honoring the breadth and depth of our emotions creates a space for us to be authentic. It's not easy, but it is liberating. It comes from courage to look at the parts of ourselves that are most difficult. That courage offers hope for a freer inner life. Cynthia Bourgeault writes, "Hope's home is at the innermost part of us and in all things. It's a quality of aliveness. It doesn't come at the end as the feeling that results from a happy outcome. Rather, it lies at the beginning as the pulse of truth sends us forth. When our innermost being is attuned to this pulse, it will send us forth with hope, regardless of the physical circumstances of our lives. Hope fills us with the strength to stay present, to abide in the flow of mercy, no matter what outer storms assail us. It is entered always and only through surrender. That is, through the willingness to let go of everything we presently are clinging to. And yet, when we enter it, it enters us and fills us with its own life, a quiet strength beyond anything we have ever known. This season, we're called to hope, to claim the return of the light in our lives, letting go of memories, of injuries, of grudges. This frees us to live more peacefully. In this way, we can find common ground to be at peace with ourselves and those around us. As the light returns, we are called to have courage to sit with winter, to rest and renew, so that when summer emerges, we are ready to grow. I've always loved Albert Camus' thoughts on this human challenge. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer, and that makes me happy. He writes, "For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back." So, my friends, as we gather in the midst of the transformation of the season, may we find hope in the light that is returning. May we have gratitude and joy for all that is our life. And so let us rise in body or spirit to sing hymn number 128, For All That Is Our Life. Well, I'm not going to sing this by myself. Okay, can we get more sound? It is interpretive dance.
Unfortunately, David's audio is not going through on the video, and it's not going through our side either. So I'm going to have to troubleshoot this afterwards to see what's up with that.
Okay, well, let's sit down again and let's look at this. I love this hymn, and it's not Advent-y or Christmassy or Hanukkah-ish, but let's just sit and think about our lives, what we need to claim this season and what we need to let go. For all that is our life, we speak with our thanks and praise, for all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. That's a powerful statement. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its reward, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks for all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass. We come with thanks, with praise and thanks for all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise, for all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. May this season bring to us the awareness of what we need to release, what we need to claim, how we need to surrender and begin again as the light returns. Blessed be. Teresa, may I pick on you? Do you mind extinguishing the chalice? Thank you. But before we do that, we're going to wave farewell. Roomies, wave farewell to the Zoomies. Zoomies, wave farewell to the Roomies. It's great to be together, and hopefully everybody who's sick today will get well soon. As our service draws to a close, we extinguish the flame of our chalice as we say these words together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And our final words of benediction come from Amanda Ulahan. Together we have enjoyed the warmth and beauty of stories, of this flame, of this special community. As our chalice flame is extinguished this morning, can we still remember that its glow is carried with us? Can we use our inner lights and this flame to kindle new sparks throughout our lives and in the world? May the spirit of peace and togetherness bless our lives. May it be so. And may we have a postlude.
It's probably gonna not have any video like the rest of them, but
Okay, the thing on the side, the thing with, yeah, it's okay. I forgot to tell you how to do that. Where's the lid that was on there? May all your journeys be safe, and we look forward to your return. Blessed be. Go in peace.